Hey guys, it's Saturday morning, well, 5 to 12, so nearly lunch, and I feel like Goodreads is judging me! One book behind. I'm gonna hopefully read sometime today. Hey everybody, how are you? Welcome back to my channel. It feels like I've been ages. This reading vlog is going to be very short because I haven't actually been reading. I don't feel like I've been in a slump per se. I've just been focusing on different things. As I said in my previous vlog, I have been sanding back chairs, so that kind of started towards me not reading as much, because instead of like trying to read for an hour in the evening, I have been just going downstairs and sitting in chairs. Then Daniel came home and he had from Monday to Friday at home with us, and I was working, but I decided in the evenings that I wanted to spend time in the house with him, so I haven't done anything productive, and instead of reading what I really should have been doing, I've actually been rewatching Heartland, the CBS show, and oh man, I am loving my rewatching of that. So I've really just been soaking in that and enjoying that. I still have been reading The Novice by Trudy Canavan. I read that in the morning before I go to work, but it ends up only being about 15 minutes. I've also been a bit distracted because Daniel and I had a pretty big talk about what we're going to do in regards to our wedding with coronavirus. We were hoping to get married on the 27th of March 2021, including then a honeymoon to Japan. Obviously that's not going to happen. There's no guarantees, and even if there is a vaccine by the end of the year, I don't think international is going to be opened until at least 22 or 23. We also wanted to have a wedding with 90-ish people, and although in New South Wales, Australia, with the coronavirus restrictions, you can still have up to 150 people at events, the place where you have them, there has to be 4 square meters per person, and there has to be social distancing and no dancing, and I love dancing and a lot of my family love dancing. So we had a big chat about that because we really still want to get married. Like, we're kind of, you know, we don't really want to delay it that long, and we've decided that even if we're going to see how restrictions go, probably make some more concrete decisions towards October, but basically even once I'm kind of hoping that we'll lock in a venue and a date and a photographer and a celebrant, but we'll sort of have that candid conversation with the celebrant with the venue to say we may have 90 people, or we may have 50, or we may have 20, depending on restrictions. So we did a couple of guest lists of that, and in that long explanation, because it feels really nice actually to get that out, is that I have been re-looking at wedding stuff, in a particular focus to dress alterations, hairstyles, and hair pieces. So that's been really fun. That's been taking up my time. It's amazing how you can spend 2 hours just like that looking at hair pieces. But this weekend, as I was thinking that I want to start getting back to reading more, dog's just got up and he's really excited. Lee. Speak. Speak. Oh, you're a good boy. Oh, he's a good boy. Ah, he's a good boy. He's a good boy. What I've actually been doing this weekend though is actually reading my journal. So I have been reading. I stayed up until 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning reading this, and I just finished it before. I didn't read it too much during today, but I just spent the last 2 hours finishing up this. I won't tell you too much about it because it's personal, but this journal sort of covers mostly, there's a few other guy stuff in there. I'm not very good at writing a journal, and this one spans from 2011 until 2019, and I started dating Daniel in 2011, so there's a little bit of stuff in here with some previous guys right at the beginning, but the majority of this journal is my journey from meeting Daniel, getting to know each other, dating, spending years and years and years together until we finally got engaged on our 8th year anniversary in 2019. So that was really fun to read, because, and I really like how the way it it's a little bit after that, like I finished it, we got engaged in July, and my last entry was in November, and that's when I finally recounted. Anyways, it fits really nicely because it's sort of like, this is how we met, how we got together, and then, you know, it kind of ties up nicely in there. And then the journal that I'm still halfway through, 3/4 of the way through finishing actually, is about, you know, life after getting engaged. And maybe I'll finish that one up before we get married or something, probably before the end of the year, because even though coronavirus, there's been so much to write about still with like the bushfires and just so much. But yeah, it's always really interesting to go back and read your previous thoughts. There's a lot of, I miss a lot of stuff in this one. There's actually a period of about 4 years that I didn't do anything. It was like 2 years and then and then another 2 years. But it's interesting sort of seeing how teenage/early 20s Jo develops and goes about her life and how things have changed. And I really enjoy writing journals, and I'm really glad that I have stuck with it, even if I write open free journals where I'll just write like a particular day, and I don't have like a day-to-day one. I'll just pick a day that I feel like writing, and then I'll recount whatever I want. So yeah, really free form, but I'm really glad that I've written this, and I'm glad that I have actually read something. So I will talk to you guys again soon. Hopefully before Wednesday I'll have read a bit more of this, but I don't know, because reading is something that I do for fun, and although it's really good to concentrate on it, I'm really loving rewatching Heartland at the moment, so I'm also going to do that because it's making me happy.
Hey everyone, it's later on this evening and I'm going to do some reading for half an hour. I've put some ambient music on the telly, a different live stream to what I normally do, but it's putting up all these pictures of like ships and oceans and stuff, and that's really nice. And I need to edit a video, but this is the first time that I've sort of felt really motivated to sit and read, so I'm gonna jump onto that train, and then hopefully I'll have some time to edit a video before bed. But I'm just glad that I actually feel like reading again. My half an hour is up and I got up to page 203. I probably could have kept reading because I was really enjoying it by the end of it, and Surrey came back. I love him. But I'm also running out of time before bed, so I'm going to stop and do some other things now. But thanks everybody for watching. I will do another update later on in the week before I finish this.
Hello again. It's a little bit later on this evening. It's about 9:40. I am editing at the moment. I started to watch an episode of Dr. Quinn, and then I thought, hey, why not try and edit? See if I'm motivated enough to do that. I need a little desktop camera to be able to do that. But I just wanted to say, while I was editing, I was kind of looking at my diary, and since I talked about my diary as something that I read, I just wanted to say that I don't actually, it's kind of sad that I'm missing a lot of stuff in this one for this time period of this diary, because I actually don't recount all the feelings we had when buying our house, and like that was a bit of a, like I sort of talk in here a little bit splattered amongst the pages about how like we're saving for a house and I really want to move in, and that was really difficult. But it's more like I write a lot about it when we're just out of high school and we've got 4 years of savings ahead of us, like 4 years of saving, and then there's a little bit like when it's 2 years, but I don't really talk about how like frustrating, and this, it probably would have been a good outlet and been a bit better of a time for us as a couple, because towards the end of our house searching journey I was so frustrated and just ready to buy a house and move in that I was almost just willing to sign the dotted line on anything. And it was actually Daniel that was kind of like, calm down, you know, we've got plenty of time, we need to find the right house. And then luckily we found our house, but it would have been really good to go back and recount some stuff. I don't know whether I'd be happy, like I don't know, I feel like that time has kind of passed, and maybe I'll talk about it in my new journal about how I've done this vlog, because I missed the house bit and I can recount that. But it just, I really like that I write in journals, and I really wish that I did it more consistently. I'm getting better at it, but you really do notice the gaps. But you know, that's life, and I guess I'm just lucky enough that I'm someone who has wrote, even if it hasn't always been consistently. Hey guys, I just wanted to do a quick update to round out the vlog. It is Thursday and I'm up to page 266 of the Novice. I've been kind of unsure about what to say about the Novice because I didn't really know how I felt about it. I feel like unless the ending, like the second half, is amazing, it's probably only going to be a 3-star read. I'm not quite at the point where I'm bored, but the majority of the novel, the main character faces bullying from her classmates, and that is literally the only plot aside from a few other things, but it's mainly just the bullying that it goes through. And it's kind of frustrating because I know that it's a really important topic and for some people it's never ending, but it doesn't mean that I want to spend like 266 pages just talking about bullying with nothing much happening. So it's a bit frustrating, and I really hope that something else happens with Sonia soon, that she decides to either stand up to her bullies or something else happens to kind of just stop it from being this same sort of rhythm of the pace of bullying that it is. Like nothing, there was only one little bit recently where it escalated, but still not a lot amounted from that. The other side of things in this is that one of the other characters, Danielle, is traveling at the moment, and it's giving me major travel vibes, and I'm really like, I kind of felt like Daniel and I was finally sort of prioritizing money-wise to actually go somewhere and travel, and when we plan to, obviously we can't. So that's just another lovely thing about COVID, but you know, we will get there, and we're keeping all the money savings so that we'll be able to do that. But yeah, so those are my thoughts so far. I'm hoping to next fortnightly reading vlog, I hope to be on another book as well, and hopefully I will steamroll through sort of the second half of this book and it really goes along really quickly. So thanks everybody so much for watching me. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!